Joining us right now, we have a very special guest. Mr. Gilles Normoy is the chairman for the Asia Pacific region at Renault. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
And it's good to see you again right here with us as well. First up, the Auto Expo is of course a great reason for you to be here, but so is the Indian market. I mean, the things that we spoke about a few years ago have now happened for Renault in India. How satisfied are you with the current position?
First, we remain very humble, but it's fair to say that 2 years ago we were virtually nobody in India, and now we are the 9th brand in India, 2.6% market share, the first European brand, and I guess we have introduced 5 new products in India, and out of which the Duster has been particularly praised by the Indian customer. We received an avalanche of awards, so I would say that it's fair to say the team has been doing a good job, but obviously it does mean that we need to do deeper, we have to work harder in order to make sure that we maintain the good satisfaction for those customers.
In fact, the Duster was the NDTV car of the year, our car of the year
Indeed.
as well. So,
thank you for that.
And you know I'm going to ask you the question about future products which are closer than what we are seeing with the Kwid. So, so in the immediate future, I won't ask you what's the next car you're launching, but what's the next segment that you think you should be in?
So what we have announced last year, and we still obviously very much following the roadmap we have defined, is leveraging what we call a modular family, a concept of modular family, CMF. We're introducing a CMF-A concept. And the objective is to target some growing segments in economies like India, where you have a lot of middle-class people who are now reaching the point to purchase personal mobility for cars. So to give you a very concrete example, the Renault lineup in India started with the first price of the Renault Pulse. It's about 4.5 lakh. Below 4.5 lakh, you still have about 50% of the Indian market. So it means that today, even if we enjoy 2.6% market share, we are not able to speak to 1 out of 2 Indian customers. If you want to grow in the market, at some point of time, we'll have to find a way to deeper in the Indian market. And this is what our CMFA strategy is about, is to be able to promote an offer which is more competitive in price, but giving absolute value on automotive value for those customers, because the Indian customer is very choosy. He wants a car which looks like a car with appropriate feature and with a very good value for money. And I guess this is one of the key lessons that we have been able to learn with the Duster. Duster gave a very strong value for money, and the Indian customer reacted very positively.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got it just right with that car. The point about the CMFA, I remember Mr. Ghosn talking about this as well, is well taken. The question, of course, is how soon?
So what we said it will be 2015. 2015 is next year now.
Now it's next year,
we maintain our commitment that it would happen in 2015. So stay tuned, a little bit more time and patience, and we are going to be coming back with a clear announcement on this one due time.
When you look at a space like that, you mentioned it's 50% of the market, maybe a little higher than that. It's a different kind of an expectation, of course, from the consumer. Yes, value becomes a very big playing card, but having said that, what's going to be the differentiator for you? Because it is, of course, the most cluttered part of the market in terms of a lot of players already being there. And there's a certain expectation people have from European brands in terms of, let's say, safety or build quality. What's going to be the differentiator for you?
So what we train and what we intend to bring to the Indian market is definitively part of our DNA. Part of our DNA is our European flavor, a certain emotional connection with the styling. As you can see, we are presenting very bold styling, and once again, Kwid concept is featuring this type of very bold styling. But as well, we are very much aware that 50% of the Indian population is below age of 25. Means a very young population, very connected population. So we intend to bring more and more connectivity in our product, more and more feature, and more styling, and different styling, more human-centric styling to our cars.
Now, when it comes to the manufacturing end, of course, it's an alliance plant, and we've seen the success of that working really well for both Nissan and Renault. Now Datsun steps into it as well. In terms of future capacity and in terms of future investment specific to Renault, not just in manufacturing but in other areas as well, what's your position?
As you know, we have already in the ground here in India, at the level of the Alliance, close to 500,000 unit capacity, 480,000 exactly, or we have 12,000 people working in the plant on common engineering. So I mean, we have done a great deal of investment. Now obviously we are going to keep on investing with new products, and obviously what we say, for instance, CMF-A is at the heart of the next wave of investment. So the fact that we are investing not only in resources, in hard investment for developing our presence in India, but on top of that, as you can see, in an emotional connection, presenting a world car premiere here in New Delhi, mean that we are now closing the whole circle of contact point with Indian customer. And what we want to give is to deliver a very strong reassuring message that Renault is here for good and you can trust. It's a trustworthy brand. We have been acclaimed by a number of awards. Once again, it's very important because when we came with a new offer like derived from the CMF-A concept, it's very important that the Indian customer consider Renault as a trustworthy brand.
This is why you also had Manufacturer of the Year at our awards last year.
Indeed.
So I agree with you on that. When you are closer to the introduction of CMF-A, would you be announcing a fresh investment figure, or is this just ongoing?
When we come on closer to CMF-A, we will make a full announcement and we will invite you, obviously.
One last thing. You have a very vast region that you're looking at, and globally now the next important step for Renault is China.
Indeed.
What's the priority level going to be for India in the next few years?
It's very clear. India is going to drive the growth in the coming years, especially 2015, 2016, significant growth would come from India. There is no doubt. China, the growth will happen after our first plant is completed. That will take in 2016 onward. So for the time being, our clear focus is to boost our presence in India.
We wish you the very best with that. Thank you for speaking to us today.
Thank you very much.
And I hope to see you back in India soon.
Indeed. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.